Hey, this is Nick. Um, I'm here with Sam. Um, and this is part of my therapy I've been doing since I've got a lot of the behavioral science education and the smart recovery facilitator certificates, the friends and family included, and the recovery coaching training certificates done. I have been doing a project with Sam and another. I have another. Sam's like a volunteer. He's volunteering his time to take part in the project. It's called the Smart Recovery or Smart. I'm calling it Smart Friendship, but that's likely to change. It's just the prototype name for this experiment. But basically, what we're doing is it starts out as he understands that this is therapy for me. He's always kind of looked up to me as a smart recovery host, right, Sam? Am I correct?
That's correct.
All right. And for about 3 years, you've known me? Am I? Okay. So this is unrehearsed, so it's completely authentic as I try to be as much as possible. And, but yeah, so we understand we're starting out as friends, but I have the expertise. So he, in a way, he thinks of me as a coach and, but I don't call him, he's my friend. But we did mission statements, and we hold each other accountable based on each other's mission statements. So I set my own standards for myself to be held up to, and he provides that oversight, so to say, and I do too. And I learn from him, and everything. This whole thing is I take the results to master licensed alcohol and drug counselor every week and show him the results. I write down everything. We have a project. He volunteers for my nonprofit, Recovery and Wellbeing New Hampshire, the nonprofit I founded in 2020 when COVID first started. And I founded it as an outlet for me to because I wasn't able to go to the community center and volunteer and perform my functions there. I started the nonprofit, because I just have this need to give back to society, because I know that for a long time, I was kind of like a leech on society, and I contributed to a lot of moral decay in Florida. So I'm not there anymore, but I'd like to help in Florida one day, alleviate the moral decay that's rampant down south. Whatever, in the subculture that I dwelled in, at least, if I can affect anybody, it's going to be them, and hope for the best, But anyways, that's just what me and him have been doing. I have another volunteer on the way over. Hopefully he will be here, and I can do. Me and him will do our mission statements. He'll be volunteering for my nonprofit, so he'll do a mission statement for my nonprofit, and then me and the next volunteer, like me and Sam did, have a mission statement for this particular experiment that we're doing. So each volunteer has at least 2 mission statements, pretty much, from my nonprofit, and I have other people that are willing to volunteer and take part in this. Because what I found is that in the recovery coaching community, there's a dissonance formed in the coach and the coachee relationship, because sometimes it's difficult for the coachee to understand if the coach is a friend or a clinical professional. And that creates a dissonance that's very uncomfortable for the coachee. And I think the coaches have a similar issue with dissonance too, in that respect. So this being that I'm doing this in a volunteer capacity and it's for my own nonprofit, the ethics bubble, I determine what's ethical or not. And so that, since we're starting out as friends, there's no dissonance there, because that's what I think a lot of the people that go to the recovery centers want, is friends. So this is something I just, based on all my experiences put together, this is the best thing I can do for my community, with the education that I've obtained along the way with my experiences up until this point. Thank you. Sam, do you have anything you want to say? What have you been getting out of the experience working with me?
I've been getting out ways I can cope with talking to people.
I mean, have I given you any bad advice? I don't want to lead you in any direction. But how about this? What type of suggestions have I given you so far?
to not worry about interacting with people as much, and to
and I was gonna pay for you to take. I mean, well, the nonprofit I founded is willing to pay for you to take smart recovery coaching, or not coaching, hosting training, right? But didn't I uncover something else that might be better to do first?
GD.
Yeah. So before we did smart recovery, you agree that getting your GD might, just be more important. And what did we call that again? What rule?
The face mask.
Yeah, the oxygen mask rule, because that was a rule I didn't do it when I first started volunteering 3 years ago. I got more into hosting and putting on a presentation, and I enjoyed that, and it was a good thing. In a sense, it didn't go the best because I was neglecting taking care of myself at one point. I got more into receiving gratitude. I was more motivated to get gratitude at one point from the people that were coming to the meetings, and then I was neglecting taking care of myself, and eventually I became like a fraud in the recovery community. That's how I look at it now, because I wasn't practicing what I preached. I was teaching, but I wasn't doing, and I suffered the consequences of that. And I hope that I have a friend, Jeremiah, who passed away. Now I'm positive I could have done more for him. Maybe I wouldn't have prevented him from passing away from an overdose, but at least I would know I did the best I could for him. So now I'm left knowing that I didn't do the best I could for him. You know what I mean? And he's gone, and that's that. I'm not, so I don't want that to happen anymore. I wasn't executing recovery coach techniques properly with him, and we were friends. That's the thing. So it was hard. There was he wanted to be my friend, but he knew once he started using again that, and this is all stuff he told me, that he felt uncomfortable because of my smart recovery facilitation certificate and my hosting, and that I got him into it, and he was hosting, and so there was that dissonance there that prevented us from being able to connect better while he was going through that, because he didn't want to see me, so we'd go months without talking, and I feel like I know I could have did stuff better. I know I'm not going to get into details now, but after taking recovery coach training, I saw the errors I made. But then I looked back in Smart Recovery Facilitator in the handbook for facilitators, and I saw that it was the same thing being presented. It's just that what I was going through at the time when I was going through Smart Recovery Facilitator training, I had all these other ideas anchored in my mind as to what my function was supposed to be doing, and I was not absorbing the material properly. It was being filtered through what I thought I wanted to do and what was being done, but what I saw being done by the examples that I had to look at as far as the people above me. So, recovery coach training, helped me understand what I have been doing incorrectly. But Jeremiah had already been dead and passed away for, I don't know, over a year or something. Something at that point. But anyways, okay, all right, I've talked enough. Thank you. Bye.